Hey Cancerians, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your April general reading here. So in your meditation, I saw a lighthouse immediately. It was a lighthouse in a dark evening sky on a body of water, right? You know, where lighthouses typically reside. And I saw this boat alone in the water. I saw this beam of light, coming from the lighthouse, headed out into the horizon, and then I saw the point of focus that the light was on expanding, and this paper, tapestry being pulled back, and it showed a whole bunch of people waiting on the shore for this one person in this sort of tugboat situation here. It feels very much like the key for you guys during this time frame is community. The key is community. The key is friendship. The key is coworkers. The key is partnership. It feels very much like a time to really revel in, enjoy, and draw strength, inspiration, and inspiration. Did I just say inspiration? Inspiration twice. From the people around you. Right? Now, this doesn't have to be people in your physical sphere. This can be like, an online community or chat or, whatever this is. But it feels very much like the tonic, as opposed to like being alone on the water, and in any way that you feel like you could use help or, get a little extra upliftment. Really do not be afraid to ask for help and allow others to be there to uplift you and hold you. And it feels like there's a lot of good people around you, whether or not you are, immediately aware of that or not. But it definitely feels like a time for teamwork, like I said, and community and, society, really. All right. Your animal energy is Cancer. Being all communal. Oh my God. It's so good. This is my favorite in the whole deck. You got the moth. Okay, can we just point out the obvious? I saw a lighthouse in the darkness. Moths are nocturnal creatures that are attracted to the light. Literally a lighthouse in the darkness. Yes. Okay, so moths. Highly empathic energy, which means they feel other people's emotions as their own. Being a Cancerian, I know that it is quite likely that you relate to that. Another aspect of the moth is metamorphosis, transition, cycles, and rebirth as well, and emergence, right? So the moth goes from that egg to the cocoon where, wait a minute, egg, caterpillar. I skipped a step. Don't be skipping no steps. It goes from an egg to a caterpillar to a cocoon where it completely turns to goo, right? Before it can emerge the moth. And the life cycle of a moth is rather short, right? And it's also difficult being a moth, right? Because as beautiful as they are, it took a lot for them to get to that fully formed situation, right? It had to survive a lot of predators. It's not exactly, in fighting shape for a lot of its life cycles, you know what I mean? So there's this aspect of this as well. But I feel like there's an overall energy of rising up and allowing yourself to be seen and supported and appreciated as well. Because moths also represent, because of their, affiliation with the light and the dark, they're associated with being seen and allowing yourself to be seen. Another aspect of moth energy is that sometimes when I'm feeling mothy, right, I might feel like I'm attracted to a lot of things at once, meaning, oh yeah, I'm going to do that project, but first I really need to wax the floors. I'm going to work better if the floors are waxed. But wait a minute, I should really take the dog on the walk down to the water, because then I'll feel like, she's been taken care of. And then and it's like, beep, beep, ba, 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 ba. You can be feeling like a jazz improv solo. That's the soundtrack of the moth, is like a good jazz improv solo, honey. A bit this month, but it feels rather positive and lovely, right? Also hearkening back to the community as well. This being an empathic energy, allowing others to be there for you. With the moth coming up, I would even go as far as to say allowing others to be there for you in the same way that you are there for them. Right? You are worthy of everything that you give. That's medicine for moth, okay? Yes, moth. That is my favorite animal energy in that deck. I love that came out for you. Guys, you are not ready for how on the nose this is. 8 of Roses, Sangha, community. Literally, I can't. I will, but I can't. Look at this light here, community. This is exactly what I already just said. Eight of Roses community. Literally, I would just be repeating myself at this point. This is quite literally everything that I said, deriving so much from your community, your elders, your friends, your family, your chosen family, your, partners, your co-workers, your neighbors, your online community, your, your tarot readers that, what I mean, whatever that is for you on the tube, whatever that is, community. This is at the forefront of your energy this month, and there's a lot of positivity. I'm hearing positive affirmations as well to be gleaned from that. Working as a team or teamwork or being community minded. Okay, I can't believe it. I can believe that just came up. I can believe that just came up. Ooh. Look at what's on the bottom with the moon and the sailboat. Very similar to what I saw in your meditation. You know what's interesting as well? Moths their navigational system is the moon, which is why turning on artificial light confuses them. Literally, they are navigated by the moon. So it's really interesting as well. I actually didn't draw that parallel till I saw this, because as Cancer, you guys are ruled by the moon. Your sign is ruled by the moon. So interesting that you got the Moth, who is also ruled by the moon. Interestingly enough. Okay. A special note, if you do not know, look up your moon sign. I like astro.com personally. You could do your own chart. There's something about your moon sign coming into play here a little bit more in April. You can look to your moon sign and what it says about you and what you require, what your moon sign requires to be healthy, happy, and whole. Your moon sign governs how you emotionally perceive things, how you emotionally process things, and what you need in a relationship. Okay? Actually, I feel the need to talk about that. Whenever you are looking at how compatible you are with someone, whether it's in a work connotation, coworkers, how are we going to work together, or romantically, or friendship, or even familial, trying to figure out like how best to, relate to your family members, check out your moon signs. Okay, sun sign has very little to do with it, truth be told, when emotions come into play. Okay, special note. The garden. This has to do with, you got two roses here. It's so beautiful, which equate to cups in a way. It's Akashic tarot, so it's different, but this is about plenty of opportunity, just a lot of, birth cycles and potential and newness and just beautiful aspect here. Also, can you see that she's looking at a little butterfly there? And then you have the moth. Ion metamorphosis, ion transformation. He's got a little slingshot back there being naughty. Put that slingshot away. I done told you you're going to put your eye out. That would be me over here off to the side off camera. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to spend my Saturday in the emergency room. Anyway, back to the point. Butterfly, moth, a lot of that is about metamorphosis and transition and change as well. You're in for such a happy, wonderful new cycle here with Five of Roses coming up with the garden. You can also look at the garden as there's a lot of plenty going on around you, whether that's materially or relationship-wise, right? There's an abundance happening within and for you, and it's really beautiful. I'm also hearing that you're going to derive a lot of pleasure, too, from just being in the present moment that you're in with their energy there and them all sitting around the table, right? Nobody's on their phone at this table. I'm getting a special message around that, especially with the moth energy. If you're a person who likes to be on their phone a lot, or if you're guilty of hanging out with people and then you're on your phone, try to do less of that. I'm getting that the artificial light from the phone is acting as like an artificial light to a moth, and it's distracting you and deterring you from what really matters, which is right in front of you. Feels like a very important message, okay? The light of the world. Okay, how many different ways are we going to have this message come across? I can't with the light and the lantern. All right, light of the world. So this is saying that this is, representing your guides, your higher self, God, whatever this is within for you, right? This is you with your cat there. right? Looking down at your cat, and then your guides are over here going, hey, look over here, your focus elsewhere with this lantern, with that imagery of the lighthouse and point of illumination. I feel like you're being called to open up your eye line, open up your sight, how you see things, your vision, your perspective. There's a lot more to be gleaned than what you currently have access to, and you're able to access that by, again, being in the present moment that you're in, allowing your point of focus to be productive and also related to your elders, your community, your friends in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Also, the fire, you know, symbolically with the lantern as well, with the moths again. You know, going back, fires are where community comes around and they share stories, they tell stories. So I feel like there's a special note here for storytellers as well. Whether that's, you know, you're a performer who's a storyteller, an actor, or you're a writer, or you're a content creator, or you're, you know, whatever this is for you. It's a special extra note for storytellers. Okay, I feel like a point of inspiration around something to do with your work or your passion project or what you particularly are good at is right underneath your nose. And all you have to do is access it, is get off your phone, let the cat alone, and be still, right? The answers lie in the stillness. Okay, which makes sense with the moth energy because moths are only still when they're closest to the light, right? Okay, all right. 8 of Roses. Community. Indeed. Oh my God, y'all are not ready. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. This is the lighthouse that I saw. I need some tea, excuse. Okay. It's the lighthouse that I saw. We've been talking about Aquarius energy, wish fulfillment. This is like on a body of water. That's what I saw with a boat. Here for it in every way. But your actual card is the sun. We've also been talking about the sun, light and illumination. This is a lemur here, and lemur medicine is about bringing together the heart and the head for equal counsel. But look at what this lemur's doing. Not on the phone, not distracted, literally in the given moment. Look at the light coming in from this window. Look at the sunlight. Look at the illumination. Look at the point of focus. Look at the balance. Right? The sun is about positivity, affirmation, illumination. Remember how we were talking about what you're seeing and not seeing? There's a plethora of opportunity and inspiration before you, and it really wants to come through you. Sometimes that can come through people around you as well, right? They say something, you're like, oh my God, that's it. That's what I've been trying to think of. That's a solution to this situation that's been eluding me for a really long time, or that's what I do about this, or right? Sometimes it really is not just through the mouth of babes with the garden here, but through, it could be through the mouth of babes, children in your life as well, and relatives or otherwise. But sometimes it's really spirit speaks through other people. See the black and white tartan with the checker here, and then we have the black and white here as well, and then we have the light and the dark with the moon and the moth. Yes! This is so beautiful. This is so positive. Cancer, have I ever done a reading that's been so innately positive? Probably, but I feel like it's been a minute. This is so beautiful. Okay, this is just getting to the point like where I can't even handle this anymore because it's just too on the nose. You literally have the 8 of Cups with the moon and the fish in the water. Like I literally cannot with this, with the moon and the sun. And the moth and the all of it. This is like another level. So this with the garden. There is a call here to allow yourself to be moved within a natural cycle of things, which isn't just about being in the present moment, although what is in one aspect. But this salmon, you know how the salmon is able to, multiply and continue its species by moving against the current. So there's a call here too to allow your moods, allow your emotions, allow your deep intuitive feelings, being the Cancerian that you are, being ruled by the moon, to dictate your timetable, your emotions, your actions, and your point of purpose. If you feel what appears to be random, calling to reach out to someone that you have not talked to in a while, there's a reason for that. Act on it. It didn't just pop into your mind for no reason. Okay? If you feel called to I don't know, I just feel really called to like go to this one store and just hang out there for a little bit. Then there's a reason for that, right? This is about allowing yourself to do a break or in your normal routine or schedule or plan for the day and be open to the possibilities of stopping in a garden and happening upon a butterfly and all this, rest of it, right? Also, traditionally speaking, Eight of Cups speaks of leaving, emotionally dissatisfying relationships or elements at play in favor of, because what's down this road? What's down this river a piece? What's down this river? The Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, right? So you're leaving behind what isn't working in favor of what will. Okay? Wow. This is so nice. Okay, light of the world. Light of the world, light of the world, light of the world. The devil. Oh no, I'm just kidding. So we have Capricorn energy here. Interesting because with this light of the world and opening your, perception, allowing yourself to be in the given moment and open to inspiration and directives and purpose and all of that good stuff going forward. The devil speaks of restricted thinking, restricted belief systems, right? Operating within a set of your own perceived limitations, also allowing fear to dictate your choices. I feel like you're going to be coming into an awareness of how you might be limiting yourself or limiting your own potential. I feel like the best is very much yet to come. And I'm not just saying that arbitrarily, right? Let me just throw out a cliche and see if it sticks. No, the energy that I'm tapping into, if this is for you, right? The best, quite literally, is yet to come. And you're going to be getting a lot of energy and signs and symbols and availability about what that is, or at least the next step on that, paved road, the yellow brick road that is, right? I also want to say there's a special note here that for a good group of you guys, this is related to either teaching, communal affairs, outreach, sharing messages, being an influencer of some sort, sharing your ideas and thoughts and messages with others, having a platform of some sort that feels so important. I feel like because the Moth is also about being seen, some of you are being called to quite literally move past any fear with this rabbit here, which represents fear on the shadow side. The other side of it is fertility and abundance. So it's another way of saying that abundance lies on the other side of fear. You are literally being called. Your higher self, your guides, the universe is literally tapping on your door and saying it is time to come out and allow yourself to be seen. I feel like for some of you guys, there's going to be an element of coming out of the closet around this. Now, when I say coming out of the closet, that is a very charged and specific phrase of which I am aware of the connotation. But when I say it, I mean coming out of the closet in terms of revealing something about yourself that many may not know. So coming out of the closet could be, I always say for me, like doing what I do and growing up in the context that I grew up in, especially geographically so, is there was an aspect of me coming out of the broom closet with certain people in my life, right? So the closet is going to be different for everybody, right? But there is an aspect to this for you, and it could be a good and helpful point of consideration for you to take some time to consider in what ways you might be ensnaring and trapping yourself in the closet that you are possibly in, but don't necessarily maybe have reframed it as something more comfortable. Okay? I'm coming out. All right. Let's get an article. Which one though? Feeling this one. Cancer. This was a hoot and a holler. It's really fun. Okay. Whew. Sometimes sharing your inner pain or your secret pain with others can not only be very healing, but also can help heal others, right? Sometimes the pain that we experience in our life are the lessons that we're meant to help teach others. Just putting that out there. Okay. Oh, sook it, sook. Hi, Beltane, reunion. So we're going back to this community thing here. I'm really drawn to the deer antlers here. So Beltane takes place around May 1st. And it is a pagan ritual holiday around fertility and renewal and entering into this really abundant, fertile, garden-esque time of year. So this is affiliated with the maypole. If you've ever seen images of the maypole where all the ribbons and they wrap around and around and around, this is about unity, right? Coming together as one, experiencing many different parts, creating a greater whole, right? This can also speak of interpersonal relationships that are highly beneficial and also, have a karmic aspect to it. When I say karmic, I just mean, full of lessons, okay? I'm going back to this community here as well. There's a shared purpose that I'm tapping into here. It's either your purpose that wants to be shared and brought into the light for others to benefit from, or you're teaming up with someone or someones and finding a community, right, that you have a shared purpose and a common goal with. I'm also going to talk about the moth. So how they procreate is the female moth, and I actually don't know if the Luna moth does this, but I can tell you at least about Cecropia moths. I know a lot about them. So Cecropia moths the female will emit a sort of pheromone where the male moths can smell them like 3 miles off or something crazy, 3 to 5 miles off, and then they find them and they're able to, mate. And that's pretty much the end of the life cycle. She lays her eggs and then she goes, and that's it, right? So there is an aspect here of allowing yourself to, like I said, be seen, but also send out the signal. It's also about making yourself known as well, right? Allowing your platform to be present and available and accessible to others as well, and thus calling to you like-minded people with a shared purpose and members of your tribe. Okay? Moths of a feather flock together. That went nowhere, but you know what I'm saying with that. Beltane reunion. I do feel like you're going to be connecting with people with whom you have shared lives with, past lives with, or a shared common goal. Also, this is a beautiful romantic connection coming to the forefront here as well for 1 or 2 or 4, 5 or 10 of you. Then there's also these antlers here as well, right? Which again, I wanted to talk about stag energy as well. Stag is also very much related to nature, signs, symbols, and also masculine and feminine strength coming together, merging together, and acting as one and forming a place and experience of balance back to the sun and the moon. Okay, Cancers, this was your April general reading. This was a lot and so much fun, and I really hope that this helped and resonated. If so, would you do me a huge favor? I just saw 22 on the timer, when you know. Would you do me a huge favor and let me know in the comments below? I just love reading your comments. Please let me know how you're doing. For real, how are y'all doing? We're in April, in a new cycle. We came out of quite a year. We're entering into a new time. How y'all feeling in the in-between time? How y'all doing? What's going on? Let me know. Let a Lady Crow know. And thank you. Just thank you as always so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, the watches, and most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.